So today on God Conversation Refresh, weekly refresh, or weekly mindset. We're still thinking about what to call it. But today on God Conversations Weekly Mindset, we wanted to talk to you about keeping hope alive. As you know, here on God Conversation, our mission is to build a community of believers who keep God at the center of everything they do. What does that really mean? Keeping God, being intentional about putting your eyes on Jesus and on his power, on his strength throughout the week, irrespective of what's happening around you. So today, I want to talk about keeping hope alive through the week. As some of you might ask, what does that mean? What does keeping hope alive mean? As I said, it just means not putting your eyes on the challenges you're facing during the week, but rather putting all the hope, putting the faith, keeping the hope alive, keeping your eyes on Jesus and the power and the authority he holds over everything and over every situation that might be occurring in your life right now. As we know, man, it's challenging out there. It's tough out there. Like work-wise, bills-wise, financially, it is tough. And this is not me trying to be confess negatively. No, as Christians, we have faith because we're not of this world, but we're of God. However, the reality is a lot of things are happening out there. I was just speaking to a friend and she said, I was just laid off. I was laid off from work last week and it's a shock. I did not see it coming. Well, for some of us, we were laid off, maybe a month ago, right? So we're made up 2-3 months ago and you're worried about bills. You're worried about children. You're worried about, where is the next money going to come from? How do I take care of the things that I have to take care of? That notwithstanding, we don't know anyone, the person who can take care of that. The only hope and the only person we know that has control over everything that happens to us is God. As humans, we have a propensity to want to have control over our lives, over situations. We want to actually plan out the next 2-3 months of our lives, right? But the truth is, we don't get that control. We don't have that control. The only one we know, right? I don't know about other people, but as believers, the only one we know that has control over our life, over our destiny, over tomorrow, over next tomorrow. He knows the beginning from the end. He knows the end from the beginning is God, right? So the only way that we can keep our hope alive is to focus on God. I came across a scripture this morning as I was doing my personal devotion, just having conversation with God. And to start my day, I have a prayer podcast that I listen to. They pray every morning. And I listened to it. And one of the scriptures that was quoted today really stood out for me. And it has been my anchor for the day. I literally tell you, it has been my anchor for the day. So I'm going to read that scripture. And I wanted to read it with me. And I would encourage you to actually read it, confess it, and hold on to it. So the scripture is Romans 15, verse 13. And I'm going to read. It says, I pray that God, the source of hope, will fill you completely with joy and peace because you trust in him. It then goes ahead to say, then you will overflow